Skysigns Unlimited presents the Joint Services Open House and Kodak Balloon Race held at Andrews Air Force Base on Armed Forces Day, May 14th and 15th, 1993. The Kodak-sponsored balloon races began with a pilot briefing for the media flight on Thursday morning.
You'll find in there a little local map of the area with streets, and then I have a limited number of sectionals here. I think it's plenty for this morning's group. Just a brief roll call, make sure we get this here. Bussy.
Rob Nichols, he's base ops here. He's assisted for the last 2 years. He absolutely has just gone out of his way.
Located here. This is where we launched last year, right? The Thunderbird part of the air show is going to start around 9 o'clock.
During the Thunderbird practice performance today, everybody has to be behind the crowd. We won't let them do their show until everybody's out of what they call the box.
Also, there's handicap bay out here for people who come out to the show that are handicapped, to make it easier for them to have access to get on and off.
While the altimeter setting will change, the field elevation will hopefully remain the same.
Primes were flying this morning, but that's great. Looks like everyone should have a good flight up towards Annapolis area.
Great, okay.
Never flown here before, but considering how much rain and how green it is, it should be a great flight.
Part of the excitement of flying this event is the opportunity to fly a balloon in the very controlled airspace around the Washington, D.C. area. The event attracted a variety of special shapes, commercial balloonists, and private pilots.
Keep your eye on the balloon.
Fredericksburg?
Tell them it's the driveway with the two stone pillars.
It's a driveway with two stone pillars on your left-hand side.
United's flight this morning. A real nice flight. It's nice and steerable, a little hazy this morning, but other than that, fine. We've got some friendly landowners here, and as soon as we get a little bit of a lull in the breeze, we'll go over and get the plate.
Oh, okay.
What were the directions I gave you to get here?
The balloonists found landowners in the Washington area to be very friendly and helpful.
I looked up and seen all these, saw that big champagne bottle, the first one I saw. And it was, I never seen nothing like that.
Disabled persons from the area, the media, and the balloon enthusiasts were treated to a practice session of the Air Force Thunderbirds. Balloon pilot registration on Thursday was highlighted by tight security and a view of Vice President Al Gore departing from Andrews Air Force Base. Thursday evening, Andrews Air Force Base hosted a reception for all the air show and balloon race participants at the Base Officers Club.
I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to make this with a half a thing.
Dial 911 thing?
Yes.
I saw an emergency and I just had to film it.
You guys need to smile for yourself.
All right, we're on the news this morning.
Okay. Isn't that great?
Hey, we bro.
Ackridge, Askren, to welcome you all to Andrews Air Force Base. This is our third year here. Rob Nichols, airfield operations person, he has been very, very helpful to us this week. If you have any really desperate situations that come up and so forth, Rob is here to help you. Kodak is our main sponsor along with Andrews Air Force Base. I'm Rob Shantz, my wife Jetta. We have Jack and Sarah Lynn Follis. Tom Maynard, our announcer. This morning, we're going to do a hare and hound. The hare balloon is going to be Chuck Vaughn. We're going to be, as far as when we're going to line up, we are here, and Rob is going to lead us out in one of these follow me trucks. The Thunderbirds are parked right here, and we're going to be behind them. This morning, there's supposed to be 2 Washington TV stations doing live remote siders starting at 6 a.m.
Stay at least 100 to 150 feet behind the Thunderbirds over here, and you can set up from right here at this little corner as far down as you want, and as far from this area up to the edge of the runway as you want. Set your balloons up any place out there. Be aware. Here at Andrews Air Force Base, we have the hot air balloons. There's 20-something hot air balloons today. And they did a fantastic job, as they normally do. This is their third year. This morning they took off at just after sunset, or sunrise, excuse me, and took off. The wind was blowing about 040 degrees at about 7 to 10 knots, so it took them right out over the Beltway and down towards Washington. We started getting reports from people that were calling in on the talk shows over the radio, calling from their mobile phones in the cars, telling us about the balloons and how good they looked. And everybody at the crowd loved it. Great advertising for the air show.
this year because it was so much fun.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And the air show was certainly an attraction to be in here. And flying out of Andrews Air Force Base, which again is a unique experience, is something you don't get the opportunity to do very often.
Two targets were laid out for the competition by the event's Hair Balloon.
Yeah, read loud and clear. Where are you?
I just passed a small airport on a pretty major road going south.
Maybe, I don't know.
Looks like somebody may be doing touch and go on the continent. Do you take drop-ins? Yeah. Okay.
We just had our another carrier landing where we come right in and put it right on the trailer.
My name's Amo Judd. I'm with the Planners Lifesavers Balloonist and Peanut. And the flight this morning went very well. Takeoff was right on time. We landed in a very nice neighborhood. Some young lady's birthday, as it turned out. Her mother had her out there saying, look how many balloons we got you for your birthday. But we ended up landing in someone's front yard. And it really was. It was just a beautiful day today.
The air show was beginning as the pilots came in to refuel. With many unique planes on display and the spectacular air show, the balloonists kicked back to relax and enjoy the show. This event is well covered by the media, which provides great exposure for the corporate participants.
Your USDA NRA Prep Team 1923.
Ladies and gentlemen, paratroopers of the 82nd Airborne Division.
The reviewing officials for today's ceremony include the Honorable Michael P. Donnelly, Acting Secretary of the Air Force, and Mrs. Donnelly. Brigadier General and Mrs. Bobby Mitchell, Commander, 89th Airlift Wing, Andrews Air Force Base.
Just to tell you a little bit about what's going on, we're having our 1993 Joint Armed Forces Open House at Andrews Air Force Base. It's a open house that's been going for about 40-something years now. In fact, Andrews itself has just celebrated its 50th anniversary. The open house is designed to give folks an opportunity to come out and touch the hardware, feel what the Air Force and what the Department of Defense is all about. So we're delighted to have folks come out. You'll be somewhere in the crowd of about 300,000 to 400,000 people that will be out. Just as an example, our gates didn't open until 9 o'clock, but at 5 till 9 I had half of my parking lot down on the flight line already full. The people had started flowing through our gates prior to 7 o'clock this morning. We've got 62 different kinds of airplanes. We've got airplanes that we've never had on display that are on display this time. But one of the keynotes of all this that really sets the stage is our ballooning. We started that a couple of years ago. Last year was the second year. I had an opportunity to fly and to meet some of the folks, and it was really an exciting experience for me. But it becomes a very exciting experience for the folks who come and have an opportunity to visually see what aviation, what flying, what ballooning is about. We're delighted to have those balloons here, sponsored by Kodak this year and last year, which gives them an opportunity for a little advertisement that gives all of our crowd an opportunity to share in a very important part of aviation. It makes it neat though, the various colors, the sailing in the sky, all the thrill, all the excitement, and our crowd shares in that excitement. So we're very happy to have those who are balloonists, who are enthusiasts for that kind of activity. To kick off each day our main event, the Thunderbirds this year, the Blue Angels last year, it'll be the Blue Angels again next year. 1993 Joint Armed Forces Open House, big crowds, lots of fun, but a representation of what Americans' defense is all about.
Service open house Kodak hot air balloon race at 4:30 this afternoon. They're going to be doing an inflation down along the tree line.
Your Delta pass in review.
I really enjoy it. I mean, it's nice to come out. We obviously all enjoy aviation, so it's nice to see some of the other acts. We get a good crowd here, and I think it's a nice facility. We've had a chance to fly some of the people here involved at the base, and I think they appreciate what we do, and it helps enhance the whole event. The crowd seems to enjoy it. Happy to be here.
Following the Thunderbird show, the balloonists thrilled the crowd with a display of tethered balloons prior to the evening flight.
Cadillac and Capital Cadillac here in Washington, D.C. on a beautiful day at the Andrews Air Force Base.
Hi, Bob. How are you? Same hair balloon. We're going to take it out. We're going to go to the middle of the airfield. We're going to do a one-part hare and hound flight.
100 feet beyond the hare, X.
Yeah,
to
land
land.
500 feet away.
I know, but will there be any place to land?
Okay, the presidential hangar is down here.
That's right.
That's a real negative.
Look at the red sun map. I will not score by the name written on the marker.
Andrews Air Force Base was closed to aircraft traffic during the balloon event.
Everyone's having a lot of fun. We've gotten 2 great flights off, competitive flights, and a wonderful VIP flight Thursday morning. The weather's been beautiful. The air show was terrific today. And we had a lot of fun allowing the crowds to come up close during our little Kodak moment, our tether after the Thunderbirds.
Just outside of this. You can tell her what, she can tell you where you need to go and what to do.
Come around a sharp curve. You'll see a house on your right. Right past that house, there is a road to the left. It's called Moore's Way.
Since you have the big truck with the big tires and stuff, can you hang around a few minutes?
Yes, sir.
I had this much accident here. All the balloons are over here. Like one balloon fell over here, and then the other balloons went over there.
Balloonists were grateful for local help with crewing.
I'll try to change.
Oh, sorry, guys. Go with them.
Colonel Rob Nichols, sincere appreciation for your support and assistance to ballooning Andrews Air Force Base, Washington, D.C., May 14, 15, 1993. This is for you.
Right around 7:30, the President will be coming in. He'll be coming over to the base and playing golf. And then he will be going over to do some other stuff and coming out to the air show and watching the Thunderbirds. Today we're going to have Secret Service all over the place out there.
Scores are being posted in the windows of building 1510, the end room that faces the parking lot.
Bob Bush, Magic Carpet Balloon here from Tallahassee, Florida. So we took the General's wife up last night. We had a beautiful flight.
Got a great neighborhood that gave us a lot of hand in packing. So the flight turned out well. The score didn't do so well.
Haven't won, but we're on our way.
All right.
Good morning. I'm Admiral Zap Slattefer. I happen to be a Navy officer out here at this Air Force base this morning to tell you what a wonderful event it is here for Armed Forces Day in 1993. Just finished partaking in the annual balloon event that we started at about 5 o'clock this morning. Great event. Brought together Air Force people, brought together Navy people, brought together an awful lot of fine people from the civilian community, and reminded us all that we're here in the United States and how blessed and lucky we are to be able to take part in an event like this. Took out my Kodak film and snapped, I must have been 100 pictures from balloons as we rode about. Shared stories with Air Force people, talked to civilians that I hadn't seen for over a year. I'm looking forward to a great day here this afternoon as we bring everybody together for an annual celebration out here at Andrews Air Force Base that has really meant a lot to all of the United States of America.
I thought it was wonderful. I think it's probably the closest I've ever come.
A lot of the corporate balloons being my pilot.
Thanks for all
Today, to Sandra.
Well, that's beautiful. That's impressive. As you can see with Andrews, with the air show, etc., we're glad to be here another year participating. It's been great in terms of the weather, the turnout so far. We've contracted out where we have 6 locations to sell our film products. As far as ballooning goes, Each year we sponsor balloon race, which has been great in terms of entertaining Kodak customers. Also for additional picture taking with all the unique shapes from Corbel Bottle to Mr. Peanut. It's just been great with all the different balloons. So this is true picture taking in Washington, D.C.
We'd like to take the opportunity to welcome President Bill Clinton, Mrs. Hillary Rodham Clinton, Joseph Clinton, Secretary of Defense Les Aspen, and today's host here at Andrews, Commander of the 89th Military Airlift Wing, Brigadier General Bob Mitchell.
Bill, who you like better, Uncle Kevin or your dad?
Thank you.
And about
Second place?
yes.
Third place?
Yeah, that's what I hear. Well, thank you.
If it wasn't for this individual here, we would not have been able to even come on the base and do what we're even doing here. Brigadier General Bob Mitchell, and sincere appreciation for your support and assistance to ballooning, Andrews Air Force Base, Washington, D.C., May 14, 15, 1993.
Your balloons with their colors, with their shapes, with the pride and the enjoyment and the enthusiasm you bring, make our air show the best there is in the United States, if not in the world. And the other is just because y'all are a lot of great people, we enjoy having you on our base. So we hope you'll come back next year. This year was bigger than last year. Next year should be a whammo. So if you can pull it together, Bob and Jetta, we'll look forward to having you come back.
In third place, from the state of Texas, taking home $600, Bruce Bussey, flying for Cadillac. Sure.
Oh, that's all right. That was
Now you
cute.
can get your stitches, right?
Okay, thank you.
In second place, and the only pilot to fly tonight, from the state of Michigan, taking home $700, Phil Glee, flying for Pontiac.
Oh, yes.
It's worth mentioning that Wayne decided he was going to donate his winning check to help repair that B-1.
Oh. I was just informed of something I was not aware of. A lot of you might be have heard today through the grapevine that the B-1 out on the field had a little accident. A Navy truck ran into it, kind of tore up the wing, and Phil just informed me that Wayne Woodall decided to donate his check to the repair of the B-1. Is that correct? Wayne Woodall, come get your first place prize money.
That can't be true.
$800.
Thank you.
First place, Wayne Woodall, Andrews Air Force Base.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. We had a great year. Next year, we'll do it again. It will be even bigger and better.